Good morning. Good afternoon. It is the second day of June 2017. Many thanks for joining us here on KTN Newsdesk. Let's first take a look at the highlights. President Uhuru Kenyatta takes his vote-hunting mission to central Kenya. Various candidates for a myriad positions continue to receive clearance from the IEBC across the country. And nurses warn of strike over unsigned collective bargaining agreement. Good afternoon. My name is Akisa Wandera. Let's begin this bulletin with a focus on IEBC and its quest to clear aspirants. And today we start off in Nairobi, where Peter Kenneth and Miguna were cleared to contest for the Nairobi gubernatorial race. That brings to 4 the number of candidates cleared to run in the Nairobi gubernatorial race. Let's speak to our senior reporter, Patrick Amimo, who has been witnessing the clearance of this particular candidates in Kasarani. Amimo, so far we have seen 2 candidates being cleared to run for the Nairobi gubernatorial race, and that sort of brings the number to 4. I understand that you're still waiting for 1 more candidate?
Thank you, Akisa. In fact, now what is happening is that since yesterday we saw 4 candidates were cleared, and today 2 have been cleared. This brings to 7 the number of candidates so far cleared by IEBC to contest for the Nairobi governor position. There were 12 applicants, but now 7 have been cleared. We don't know whether the remaining 5 will come for clearance or not. We are among the others we are waiting is the former speaker Kenneth, who is also expected to appear before these IEBC and have been cleared to run for Nairobi governor position. But it is 7, and today is the last day when candidates of those keen to contest the governor position are expected to submit their papers and list of supporters in order for IEBC to clear them for the August 8th polls. We saw Miguna had already yesterday had some hitches when he presented his list of supporters through JPEG format, but IEBC asked him to go correct and ensure that the format is in Excel, which he did. He did comply, and today we saw him given officially his nomination certificate. He was here in the morning and said that he's now out there. He'll launch an aggressive campaign to ensure that he clinches the seat, the governor position, and be the next governor after the polls. We also saw Peter Kenneth, who did with his running mate, Dr. Dan Shikanda, also come here, and they were also cleared. And Peter Kenneth says that he'll also be out there. He'll do a door-to-door campaign. His campaigns, Peter Kenneth says, will officially start on Monday. So today, maybe he'll have a weekend rest, but then starting Monday, Peter Kenneth says he'll be out there in the field running. We know it's only 66 days to the election. The campaign period officially started on May 28th. That's when the IEBC set the official launch of the campaign period. So the country is in the campaign period, and we expect to see starting now and the coming weeks a lot of heightened political activity across the country. We saw also when Peter Kenneth was launching his after he was given his certificate, he did castigate the incumbent governor, Dr. Evans Kidero, saying that Kidero for the last 4 years has not been able to provide quality service to residents of Nairobi, given that despite the fact that his administration has benefited from 100 billion shillings in the last 4 years, that's both from the national or shareable revenue and the local revenue generated from the Nairobi County, which amounts to about 100 billion shillings. But according to Peter Kenneth, he says service delivery in Nairobi is poor. There's still garbage is still a problem. He says there's still traffic congestion. Hawkers are still an issue in the city, and these are things that he feels that if he's elected, then he will try to streamline. There was also an issue that now that we have candidate Mike Songo, who is the Jubilee governor nominee for Nairobi County. whom we saw last week the president campaigned for. And now Peter Kenneth has said, though he's standing as an independent, he says his preferred presidential candidate is President Uhuru Kenyatta. But surprisingly, we saw Uhuru put his weight behind Mike Sonko. But now Peter Kenneth says the position to focus on is the governor position. That's what people of Nairobi should focus at, and elect whom they feel is a leader that is worth the souls to lead Nairobi. We saw also candidate Miguna is also changed his running mate. We now have it's a lady, Karen. I think she is the only governor aspirant or candidate who has a lady aspirant as a running mate. So he did introduce the lady today, and says now we ask Miguna why he changed, because prior to that he had introduced a 24-year-old former Laikipia University student leader, Mr. Gadongo, to be his running mate. Then we asked Miguna why the change of tact. He said that was he said that Gadongo was a decoy. It was a political decoy. He says he did not want to reveal to his other rivals who the running mate would be. So that is what Miguna did indicate to us. Akisa.
All right, Patrick, thank you for that update. Very interesting happenings there in Kasarani. Patrick Amimo is our senior reporter. And even as we talk about the clearance of governors here in Nairobi, the story is the same in Uasin Gishu County, where the incumbent Jackson Mandago. All right, and before we go to Jackson Mandago, let's just take a look at what Peter Kenneth said immediately after he was cleared here in Nairobi.
The governorship of Nairobi, I've told the returning officer, we just expect a fair, free and credible elections. We want to campaign, to tell the people of Nairobi what we can do for them. We have very good track record to work for them. Dan and I bring enough synergies to ensure that Nairobi can regain its glory. We are aware there are candidates who have no agenda and destined to disrupt our campaigns, but we are ready. I think the people of Nairobi want good ideas, not acts of theatrics and acts of disruptions. We want to conduct mature campaigns that will endear us to the people. And we start our campaigns on Monday, and we'll visit all the constituencies and do door to door. So we are very ready for this, and we want to assure our opponents to be ready for what we will unleash in terms of campaigning and in terms of selling ideas to the people of Nairobi. The last 4 years have been a nightmare for Nairobi, despite almost 100 billion being pumped in through revenues and allocations.
All right, let's now head over to Eldoret, where women rep aspirant and now candidate Gladys Boschole has also been cleared. She's currently making an address. Let's cross over there and listen in.
The local vote within Uasin Gishu. So we are going to work together. We are going to work as a united front, because we have every intention that Jubilee will form the next government. And I doubt whether the members of Uasin Gishu County want to be outside the government. So we congratulate you, and we are ready to work together. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon. We are here as the Jubilee nominees for Uasin Gishu County. We have come to escort our governor, Honorable Mandago. We want to congratulate him and his running mate for having been cleared by IEBC, and I congratulate all my colleagues, both in Parliament, MCAs, all of our MCAs in Jubilee, and my parliamentary colleagues, and our senators, and our women rep, and of course our governor. As has been echoed by the governor, we are going to run a Jubilee-based campaign in Uasin Gishu County, because Uasin Gishu County is a Jubilee zone. We don't have independents. We don't have KANU. We don't have any other party. We are going to run our campaign as a team of Jubilee, and we are confident that we shall deliver success to the team of Jubilee, which is led by Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta and his running mate William Ruto. We want to ask everybody to maintain peace, and let us, also members of the Fifth Estate or the Fourth Estate, run with us on reporting true factual issues that occur in Uasin Gishu County. Thank you and God bless.
Silas. Thank you very much. Let me first start by congratulating His Excellency Governor Mandago, his deputy, Chebno, and all the nominees, especially, of course, all the Jubilee nominees, for the hard work that they've really worked hard until they came out successful. So it was not a very easy task for all of them, but I congratulate all of them for their work hard, for the way they worked very hard, and they managed to be successful. So I only want to also say today that we in Uasin Gishu are now a family. The Jubilee team are a family, and we are going to work together. That means from the top, that means from the President, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, Deputy.
All right, so those are some of the Jubilee candidates who have escorted Jackson Mandago to present his nomination papers to the IEBC in Eldoret, process that is ongoing. Once Mandago makes an address, we will be going back there live. But let's cross over quickly to Mombasa, where another Jubilee candidate, Suleiman Shahbal, for the gubernatorial post has been cleared by the IEBC to vie. That brings it to 4, the number of people vying, including the incumbent Ali Hassan Joho and Wiper's Hassan Omar, who's the incumbent senator. Let's just see what Suleiman Shahbal said after being cleared by the IEBC to run.
The last 4.5 years in Mombasa, due to the politics of noise making, our city has deteriorated, our city has gone backwards, but we are convinced today that this is the first day of the liberation of Mombasa. On the 8th of August at 2 p.m., we will have won this election. And we are looking forward to changing this county. And we are convinced that we will revive the economy of Mombasa. We will deal with our problems in a more sophisticated and more consultative manner. We will bring social justice, and we will bring Mombasa back to where it deserves to be, as county number 1 in Kenya, leading from the front and not from the back. What I can assure you, and what I can assure the people of Mombasa, is that we are committed. We are absolutely committed. My brother Anania Maboza and myself are committed to changing this county for the betterment of this county, and to make sure that we set a fantastic example for the rest of Kenya. Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
Maybe you could tell us about the recent What do you think?
I personally believe that the SGR is a transformational project. No country can ever become great unless you start and initiate and complete transformational projects. The SGR will change the economy of this country in many, many different ways. And I'm surprised that people who are actually involved in the signing of the MOUs, because the MOU for the SGR was signed in 2009 when Prime Minister Raila was there. The last contracts for SGR were signed when Hassan Joho was Assistant Minister of Transport. I'm surprised now that this thing is successful and it's ready to roll, that the same people are coming out to criticize it. This is a case of sour grapes. And I don't think there's any quarrel between the President and Hassan Ali Joho. If you behave like a chokora, you'll be treated like a chokora. Okay. It's as simple as that. Simple. There are 47 governors in Kenya. None of them is ever thrown out of public functions except one. I believe that this man has disgraced the office of the governor of Mombasa. He has to go. And we're sending him home on the 8th.
Jubilee.
All right, the politics of the coast there. Let's go back to Uasin Gishu and listen to what Jackson Mandago, the governor, had to say after being cleared by the IEBC.
We are even going to make it better and also improve in other programs that we had not done them in the last 4 years. We have key things that we want to do, and I think we shall have a session to say that. But even as we start our campaigns, because today as the Jubilee family in Uasin Gishu County, we want to launch our campaigns in a rally we are going to have this afternoon in town. And we want to assure you as the referee in this match that we shall play fair game.
Okay, so that was his address earlier on after just being cleared by the IEBC. Currently moving around Eldoret addressing wananchi. Let's take that live. He is currently speaking.
Nasara, hawa ndio jeshi ya jikavu ya Jubilee. Wako pale chini kwa wote na kura zinamiminwa kwa Jubilee. Kwa hivyo kwa vile tumepata wabunge wengine, tunataka kuwapatia tu nafasi waseme mmoja. Na nafikiri mtanibalia nianze na wageni wetu kutoka Nandi County. Nataka kuambia asanteni kwa kutujoin. Kogo, bunge nominee wa Chesumei.
Asante sana. Mimi ni Bwana Kogo, nominee MP Chesumei kule Nandi. Tumekuja hapa leo ili tuweze kujumuika pamoja na Uasin Gishu, tukijua ya kwamba wale ambao wametoka kwa Jubilee, tukianza na gavana wetu, MPs wetu, senator, women rep, wote mpaka MCS, wote ni wenzetu. Na tuna imani ya kwamba tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8 Mungu atatenda mema na wote watatokezea wakuwe viongozi wetu sehemu hii. Tumekuja hapa kutoka Nandi tukisema pongezi bwana gavana, pongezi sana viongozi wetu kutoka Uasin Gishu wote. Na hatuna mambo mengine, tuweze kupiga kura kwa amani, lakini ukweli ni kwamba Jubilee, Jubilee, Jubilee Uasin Gishu. Mungu awabariki.
Wamesema ni huko because of camera.
Vincent Tuwe.
Vincent Tuwe. Umetoka.
Ameenda mbali. Haya wacha tupatie supi.
Kamera hiyo kwani haizunguki? Kamera. Bas, pia mimi nataka niseme nimeshukuru kwa sababu leo ni siku kubwa kwa gavana wetu. Najua amekuwa cleared. Pia vile vile mimi mwenyewe nimekuwa cleared. Daktari Mishra amekuwa cleared na wenzetu wote walio hapa. Wengine walipata jana kama Alfred Keter, wengine juzi kama Kogo na Tuwei. Sisi tunataka tuseme tu ya kwamba bonde la ufa azwa Uasin Gishu, Nandi na Elgeyo Marakwet ile inatuzunguka hapa 100% sisi ni watu wa Jubilee. Najua watu wengi wanashuku ama watu wengi wanafikiria ya kwamba sisi tunaweza gawana. Sisi tukiwa viongozi wa hapa wa bonde la ufa tumesikisana na tulikuwa na mkutano last week tukasema ya kwamba tukimalizia maneno ya makaratasi yetu kurudisha, tunaanza rasmi campaign zetu, join campaign kama Uasin Gishu, Nandi na kule kwingine kote. Mimi nataka niseme hizi zote kwa Jubilee kuanzia chini mpaka.
All right, let's now take a short commercial break here on Newsdesk. Don't go too far. We still have a lot lined up for you.